Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Players to make plays, and that's really what happened today. We had a quarterback that stepped up and made throws and gave our guys chances. And then when the chance was there to make a play, they made plays. And I think that's where we finally feel like you get down, okay, we know we can do this.
Matt Nagy, coach of the 6-6 Bears. Every week I look at their record and I think, how are they that good? Because they're supposed to be horrible, because that's been the narrative for most of the season. The Bears can't do anything. They can't move the ball. Mitch Trubisky stinks. Matt Nagy doesn't know what he's doing. And now here we are. Table set. Now, look, it's a tough run the rest of the way, but I got to give the Bears credit. Going to Thanksgiving, the short week, the traditional Thanksgiving game for the Lions, and yeah, it was David Blau at quarterback, not Matt Stafford, not Jeff Driscoll, but the Bears hung in there. They were down early. They came back. They win the game. They moved to 6-6. And as you said, Mitch Trubisky, great drive to pull out the victory. He was 29 of 38, 338 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. And the Bears, they're kind of back.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. This is a glass half full, glass half empty situation, Mike.
It's gonna be a long road for them. They have to win out. They can't lose another game. They lose another one, the playoffs is out of reach. Right there, when you go 6-7. It's already kind of out of reach right now because the teams that's in the wild card have to lose some games, and the people in front of you have to lose some games so you can move up closer to the wild card. You need someone in that wild card to lose some games for you to come back and be in the playoffs. Like, they still in a deeper hole. You know, they 6-6 is still in the playoff. Like, it's a big hole because the record wise, because the teams that's in front of them are 9-3, 8-2. I mean, it's just a deep hole right now to get out of.
Because you say you look at the Bears' record and you say, how are they this good? I look at it and say, how are they this bad? This team, I don't understand. How do they lose some of the early games that make them a 6-6 team and not, an 8-4 team, or a team that could be looking at a no-doubter playoff run right here? Mitch Trubisky was phenomenal on that last drive. I think Mitch Trubisky is probably, wouldn't you say, gets the most hate online of any quarterback at this present moment? Wouldn't you say that's fair to say?
Oh, it's fair to say, because every Bears fan's thinking we could have had Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes.
Well, okay.
You get the external criticism, and you've got that.
Y'all could say y'all could have Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes. Y'all did not know how they was gonna turn out in the NFL. Y'all seeing how they playing. That's why y'all say y'all could have had one of the two. Ain't no one know Patrick Mahomes was gonna be an MVP. They did not know Deshaun Watson was going to be a dynamic quarterback for the Texans. You did not know how them two was going to turn out. You can say that because you see how they playing now. Y'all did not know what the outcome was going to be with them quarterbacks. Everyone had different situations to be put in. You ain't know what was going to be the outcome for them two.
The lament of the Bears fans saying, my God, what did we do? We could have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Instead, we've got this guy we're trying to, paste together with duct tape and glue.
And look, I've said it many times, I don't think Mitch Trubisky's the guy, but when he does, good things on the field, when he wins games like he did yesterday, he deserves credit. So I think it's fair to give him credit. He was great yesterday. He had a few drives there where he looked very, very good, including the last one where the Bears needed a touchdown. He went down the field. He threw it short. He threw it long. He did everything. The only criticism I had of him yesterday was he made a couple business decisions with his feet that it felt like he could get some extra yards and maybe some first downs. But that's that hip. That's that Matt Nagy hip we've been talking about. That's why he benched him in L.A. and for no other reason than that. But yeah, that one was maddening right there when he clearly had the first down. Mike, in all seriousness, I don't think the Bears are very...
If he would have played like this most of the year, the Bears would be better than he is. They're still a good team. It just they had some hiccups during this season. they had a lot of things going on in the organization. You can't really fault him because he had a shoulder injury early on, and he had a hip injury early on. It's just so much was just going on for them this season, and everything was just up and down right now. Like, they still have a good solid team. It just, they gotta hope they find a way to get that wild card spot.
Good football team, but a boy can dream. And if you look at the schedule,
Jerry Jones, you're just a young Jerry Jones.
That's fine. I can be Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones shouldn't be me. Jerry Jones shouldn't be Big Cat. I can be Jerry Jones. If they beat the Cowboys on Thursday, Mike, now they're 7-6. Now their December schedule is very, very tough. They have to play the Vikings. They have to play the Packers. They have to play the Chiefs. And I'm forgetting a team on there. No,
that's all of them. Cowboys,
That's
Packers, Chiefs, Vikings.
So, okay, so actually I think they're going to make the playoffs. Yeah, now that I've talked myself into it, they just got to go 3-1, 9-7. The Vikings trip up a couple times. If they beat the Vikings again in Week 17, that's 2 against the Vikings. It can happen, Mike. Crazier things.
See, what they have to do, they got to hope the Vikings lose in front of them, and they go 3-1. They can make the playoff 9-7. They just can't afford to lose 2 more games, or it's gonna be even tough to even get that spot. That's why you need the hiccups of one of them teams losing. You need the Vikings to slip up and beat them in the last game, and you get that last playoff spot.
It happened. I'm going to get my heart broken again. I've got my heart broken like 7 different times. Bigger than anything, Mike.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, listen, teams constantly say, we want to win the Super Bowl, we want to win the Super Bowl, and you have to say that. I think the true measure of success for a team is being relevant after Thanksgiving. And a few weeks ago, the Bears aren't relevant after Thanksgiving. Now they are. You at least get a week after Thanksgiving into the Christmas season to feel like the Bears have a chance. And even if they lose to the Cowboys next week, you still get another week and a half to think there's still a way to make this work. There's still a way to run the table and get to 9-7 and get in. So that's the wish for every team. And that's the problem with this year. Because there's like 12 teams that are just done at this point, right?
Yeah.
And that's too many for the NFL to be. Look at the stadiums for some of these teams. But that's the key. Relevance after Thanksgiving. And the Bears earned it the past 2 weeks.
I agree with you. I'm ready to be heard again. We can talk about this in the second hour, but I think this saves Matt Nagy and Mitch Trubisky's job next year, and I'm okay with that, Mike. I'm actually okay with that.
Well, and now the question is, will they pick up the option on Trubisky and Matt?
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make